My father gave the family business to my favored brother on his 60th birthday. I built a competing empire that outshone them. I'm 34 now, and this saga, which started in my childhood, reached its peak 2 years ago. I've lurked on Reddit for years, soaking up stories like this, never thinking I'd have one to share. But last month's events have been gnawing at me, and I need to unload. To grasp how I triumphed, you first need to understand my family's toxic dynamics. My father, Robert, 62, founded Harrington & Sons, a mid-sized construction firm he built from scratch in the 1980s. It grew to about 50 employees, handling residential and commercial projects across 3 counties. Growing up, that company was our gospel. Every meal was dominated by talk of contracts, crew performance, and supplier deals. The & Sons part was meant for me and my younger brother, Ryan, 29. Dad had grand plans for us to inherit his empire, a vision he preached over blueprints sprawled across our kitchen table. But here's where it went wrong. Dad decided Ryan was the true heir while I was just a burden to manage. Ryan was the golden child, athletic, charismatic, fixing engines by 14, exuding natural confidence. Dad would rave, "Look at Ryan, born to lead this business." Meanwhile, I was the studious one, diving into business management, cost estimation, and earning certifications in project management software. I spent summers on Dad's job sites, but instead of praise for mastering the technical side, I was criticized for not being hands-on enough. The breaking point came at 19 when I proposed digitizing the company's operations in 2009. Dad was still stuck in the paper era, estimates, schedules, payroll, all a mess. I found software that could streamline everything, cut costs, and reduce errors. His response: "Real builders use their hands, not computers." Ryan, then 14 and clueless about business, chimed in, "Yeah, Mark, construction's about grit, not gadgets." That became my life's refrain. Every attempt to modernize was dismissed as overcomplicating things. Dad even said, "College is fine, but this is the real world. You can't learn construction from books." Ryan, meanwhile, dropped out of community college after 1 semester, and Dad cheered, "Good for you, son. Real men learn by doing." I worked for Dad through college and beyond, hoping he'd see my grasp of the business. I revamped filing systems, introduced proper costing methods, and built a database for equipment maintenance, all on my own time. Yet at every family gathering, company event, or client meeting, Ryan was the star who got construction, while I was just Mark, the paperwork guy. Ryan's laziness, late arrivals, phone scrolling, early exits, was brushed off as boys being boys. I'd work 60-hour weeks, solve logistical nightmares, negotiate better material prices, and get a shrug. When Ryan turned 21, Dad started discussing succession. Not with me. I overheard Mom on the phone with her sister, revealing Dad's plan to hand Ryan more control, despite Ryan never managing anything beyond a small crew. 3 years ago, at 31, after securing a $2.3 million office complex deal under budget and ahead of schedule, I tried talking to Dad about the company's future. "I've got ideas for expansion, specialty niches," I said. He cut me off. "Mark, running this company takes a different kind of man. Ryan's got the natural authority crews respect. You're more of a support guy." That conversation haunted me. After all my contributions, saving money, streamlining operations, I was just the support guy. The real blow came 2 years ago at Dad's 60th birthday party at a steakhouse, surrounded by family, key staff, and clients. I thought it was just a celebration. I was wrong. Mid-dinner, Dad announced, "I'm passing the torch. Ryan Harrington is now president of Harrington & Sons, effective immediately." The room cheered as Ryan grinned, Mom teared up, and I sat stunned, my future handed to my unprepared brother. Ryan's speech about carrying on the Harrington legacy was laughable. He couldn't distinguish gross margin from markup. Later, in the parking lot, I confronted Dad. "What was that? You didn't even discuss this with me?" He sighed. "Ryan's the right man. He's got the personality, the toughness." I laughed bitterly. "Ryan's never managed a budget over $50,000. He can't read a complex blueprint." Dad's reply: "Some people are born leaders, Mark. You're a follower. You're too soft, too academic." That night, everything shifted. If I wasn't man enough for Harrington & Sons, I'd prove my worth by building something better. The next morning, I quit. Dad barely looked up from his paperwork. "You're making a mistake, son. You've never worked anywhere else." I didn't respond. He didn't know I'd been preparing for months, documenting client lists, supplier relationships, pricing strategies, and the company's weaknesses. I'd built strong ties with subcontractors, suppliers, and clients who valued my meticulousness. Within a week, I filed papers for Pinnacle Construction Solutions, named to signify top-tier quality and problem-solving. I started small, using savings to rent an office, buy equipment, and hire 2 former Harrington & Sons employees fed up with Ryan's mismanagement. My first job was a $15,000 home remodel, but I had bigger plans. Harrington & Sons' refusal to embrace technology was a glaring flaw. I invested in construction management software, tablets for field teams, and real-time tracking systems. While Dad's crews used paper timesheets, mine accessed blueprints, submitted reports, and communicated instantly. This slashed errors, improved scheduling, and let me provide clients with detailed cost breakdowns. My second job was a $40,000 kitchen remodel, then a $75,000 bathroom upgrade. Word spread about a company that delivered on time and within budget. I targeted commercial projects Dad struggled with, complex jobs like medical facilities requiring regulatory expertise. 6 months in, I landed a $400,000 medical office renovation, finishing early and under budget. The client hired me for another location. Meanwhile, Dad called, urging me to come to my senses and return. Ryan never called. Mom guilt-tripped me about family unity, but I was done. My breakthrough came 18 months after starting Pinnacle, a $2.8 million corporate headquarters renovation. I outbid Harrington & Sons by $200,000 with a faster timeline and meticulous documentation. The general contractor called Dad's bid amateurish. I'd hit my mark. That project skyrocketed Pinnacle's reputation. I finished early under budget and secured 2 more locations from the client. Within 6 months, Pinnacle had 15 employees and $8 million in contracts. Harrington & Sons began to falter, not because I directly targeted them, but because my success highlighted their flaws. Clients and contractors started choosing Pinnacle, and suppliers offered me better terms. Then I went after Dad's core clients, leveraging 15 years of relationships. For Thompson Industries, a $300,000 annual client, I offered a proactive maintenance plan with predictive scheduling and 15% lower costs. They ditched Harrington & Sons. Over 8 months, I won over Riverside Manufacturing, $500,000/year, Central Medical Group, $400,000/year, and Brookstone Property Management, $600,000/year, offering transparency, guaranteed deadlines, and error-free execution. Each time I sent Dad a polite note promising to care for our mutual associates. Mom's calls grew desperate. "Your father's worried. Clients are leaving and he thinks someone's sabotaging the company." I stayed silent. Then in March, Dad stormed into my new 3,000-square-foot office. "You're stealing my clients," he shouted. "I'm offering better service," I replied calmly. "That's business." He accused me of sabotage. I countered, "I'm showing the market what real construction management looks like." I showed him Pinnacle's numbers: $12 million in revenue, 18% profit margins, 95% client retention, compared to Harrington & Sons' 35% revenue drop and 3% margins. "Ryan's destroying your business," I said. Dad broke down, admitting, "I was wrong about you." It was the vindication I craved, but watching him cry felt hollow. Harrington & Sons filed for bankruptcy last month. Dad sold assets to cover debts. Ryan now works for a competitor, earning half his old salary. Dad's been calling about jobs at Pinnacle. I hired him 3 weeks ago as a project supervisor. He's doing well, admitting I'm the boss. Ryan apologized last week, admitting he wasn't ready to lead and asking to join Pinnacle. I told him to start as a laborer, no shortcuts. He's considering it. Pinnacle's bidding on a $15 million hospital project next month, the kind of job Dad could never touch. Family dinners are different now. Everyone asks about my company, not Ryan's achievements. Dad's old contacts now call me the one who gets construction. I proved them wrong by building something better. It's not mature, but it feels damn good. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories. Get more experiences.